riot in Colorado after a standoff at a women's health center. We'll bring you all the developments in the latest mass shooting in the US. Also ahead, Paris counts down to a global climate change summit, but security concerns threaten to overshadow the big event. And Pope Francis celebrates Mass in Uganda, where the pursuit of peace and the fight against poverty are top of the agenda. Hello, welcome to our viewers in the US and around the world. I'm Lynda Kinkade, and this is CNN Newsroom. We begin in the US state of Colorado, where a 59-year-old man is accused of shooting and killing 3 people, including a police officer, during an attack at a women's health clinic. The gunman gave himself up on Friday after nearly 6 hours of gun battles with officers at the Planned Parenthood Center. Police say 9 other people who were wounded are in a good condition now. One survivor describes his encounter with the gunman.
And then I saw a man crawling to the front door, and I saw the glass shatter, and he crawled into the entryway. And then I saw this other fellow come behind him and shoot down and up and walk into the entryway. And I just kind of lost it there. I tried to get out of my car and run, and I thought about that. I said, no. I got back into the car, started it, put it in reverse, and started backing out, and then he was in front of me, and he was aiming at me. And I just hit the gas, and he started shooting, and I was looking at his face. I think I had 10 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds to look at him, to try to remember who he was and why he was doing that or whatever. And then the shots came through the glass, and then I started bleeding. As I was looking at him, I saw blood. I didn't know if it was coming from my neck or my lip or what.
And that victim was not shot, but suffered cuts from his shattered windshield. The attack started Friday morning local time, and police told people in the area to stay inside as they dealt with the situation. Our Kyung Lah has more on how this all unfolded.
The first calls came in at 11:38 local time. Reports of a man with a gun from inside the Planned Parenthood building in Colorado Springs. Police quickly arrive on scene and are soon fired upon from inside the building. At least 4 officers are wounded.
We saw officers fly into the parking lot with their lights on and everything, and then we saw them pass our shop and go over behind the Chase Bank, which is next door, and then there were officers everywhere in the whole perimeter. And then we saw one of the officers that was behind the Chase Bank go. We heard several gunshots, and then we saw one of the officers go down behind his car. And then the other officer helped him to safety. And then at that point, that's
Denise,
when the...
Denise,
yes.
You saw the officer go down. You saw an officer get shot?
Yes, it was terrifying.
The area of the shooting, which is heavily populated with shops and traffic, quickly shuts down. Business owners and customers told to shelter in place.
We were told to go back to our cars, and that's when a bullet cracked over my head and hit the stop sign on my left side. And I just kind of flipped the switch and tried to do crowd control and get people back to their cars as fast as they could.
At this point, police do not know if this is a single shooter or if more are involved. Law enforcement set up a perimeter around the building. The FBI, ATF, and bomb squads also on the scene. Those who are able to escape the Planned Parenthood building are quickly taken to safety. But the gunman remains inside. And hours after the first call came in, the gunman is still firing on officers. Police are unsure how many civilians are wounded and how many remain inside the building. It has become a potential hostage situation.
We have not transported everyone to the hospital at this point. We're still working through the situation.
Police are tracking the gunman's every move inside the building. They're not only concerned that there may be hostages, but also because of the possibility of explosive devices the gunman may have brought with him into the building before he began his assault.
He is sitting in a chair right behind that counter with an AK. He's looking up the ceiling, white male, trench coat, looks like maybe a beard. He's looking around, but he's still sitting. He's got the gun at low ready position. He's walking on the way with his waist. Which way is he walking? Let's see. Directly towards the lobby.
Finally, just before 5 p.m. local time, the suspect is cornered and surrenders to police. His ties to Planned Parenthood and his motives still unclear.
He's going to come out with his hands up.
We got to take a state. Any IED suspicion on him. Are we in the way of the snipers? 039, we have one suspect detained right now. Okay, good job.
Kyung Lah, CNN, Los Angeles.